Good evening. Welcome to Thursday's edition of Pinoyathletics Track Talk Thursday. This will be a very quick session. I haven't prepared any slides as I've been busy with meets, organising meets, and preparing other materials. So yeah, it's just going to be a quick roundup or quick chat. So yeah, the updates. So first of all, be right back. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give a very special birthday shout out to the Iron Lady of the SEA Games and Philippine track and field, Elma Ross, who turns 54 today. So Elma Ross is the most be-medaled track and field athlete in the SEA Games in SEA Games history, having won 14 individual gold medals over a career which spanned over 20 years. She won her first medal, silver, in the 1981 SEA Games in the relay, and by the age of 16 in 1983 was already the SEA Games champion in the long jump. That was her first of 8 titles in the long jump. She also won the 100, the 200, 400 hurdles, and the 100 hurdles and the heptathlon at the SEA Games, as well as for the individual events. A special shout out to Ronnie Tamayo for liking our post. So, as I haven't really had time to prepare slides, so I'm just reading off my notes here. Okay, special shout out to Albin Talisic. Okay, update with our virtual event. So we have 26 entries as of the 14th of January for our virtual event, 26 paid entries who have paid via our Gcash system. So we've balanced out with 13 men paid and 13 women paid. Tomorrow will be the last day of entries strictly. We'll be closing off entries tomorrow on the 15th of January at 11:59 p.m. Philippine time. So that is the last chance to get entries for our 5,000 meter virtual event hosted by Pinoyathletics and Talking Chinwe. And we have some announcements to make for that. So we have 26 entries, and as usual with the Philippines, we expect a huge last minute rush on the last day of entries, with a lot of committed entries which exceed the 26 entries we currently have expected to drop in the last 24 hours of registrations for this event. I'm just going to move to our next set of announcements. So our sponsor, Massive Sports, so do check out their Facebook page for some great apparel deals in sportswear. They've now agreed to support this event. They did support our virtual women's 60 meters dash for cash back in December, and they're now supporting this event. So we, apart from cash prizes that we have for this event, which are 2,000 first place, 1,500 for second place, and 1,000 for third place, both each in the men's and the women's. We now also have the following prizes in store. We have a singlet with 700 Philippine pesos, including free delivery at pickup from LBC branch. That will be going to our most improved male and most improved female athlete in the competition, providing that the athlete has been honest in providing their best time. If we see the best time and then we find out, that the best time isn't really their best time based on results we have access to, then the participant would not be eligible for that prize, and that prize will go to the next most improved athlete, providing that they have accurately declared their official best times for the event. So as I have a lot of access to data, it's very easy for me to check up on best times for events. Now, also a special shout out to Coach York Tamayo of Laguna, and also a special shout out to Coach John Philip Duenas of Cebu. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. So back to those announcements for our virtual events. We have 3 singlets being given out as giveaways for this competition. One for the most improved male athlete, one for the most improved female athlete, and we also have for our fans, for our fan page on Pinoyathletics, we're also giving out a free singlet to whoever can guess the closest for the male and female winning times for this 5,000 meter virtual event. So once the start list has been announced on Saturday after our press conference, we will then take we will allow readers the opportunity to guess the winning times, and whoever has the closest winning times for the male and female athlete will receive a free singlet, including delivery, which can be picked up at local LBC branch. Also, Massive Sports is offering a 15% discount on singlets to anybody who participates as an athlete in this meet and who finishes the event. They will be entitled to a 15% discount on singlets with delivery to local LBC branch. So any singlets being delivered, whether they're won or purchased, would be free LBC delivery, pick up at local branch within the Philippines. If the winners or the winner is from overseas, they need to cover the delivery cost, as it's highly expensive, probably a lot more than what the actual singlet costs to actually send something overseas. So of course, fair enough, the participant has to, if they're based overseas, has to shoulder the costs or decline the prize, and then it goes to the next best guess. Also, a special shout out to young athlete Danica Balon. Thank you for tuning in tonight for our broadcast. Okay, so I've covered the special happy birthday to Coach Elma Muros. I've covered the update on our virtual event. I've covered the bonus prizes that are now being offered in our competition to spice things up a bit. And also, so I'm just also reporting that for our last competition, our virtual women's 60-meter dash for cash, which had 13 women participate from 7 different parts of the Philippines, our sponsor, Massive Sports, in cooperation with Pinoyathletics, has now sent off all the singlets to our participants, as that was part of our pilot competition. And now all these participants are beginning to receive, and some have already received their singlets. And we've been posting, photos of athletes receiving their singlets up on our site to help show our appreciation to our sponsor, Massive Sports. And so those are now being shared on our page, and various other media forms. All right. Now, as I mentioned, we are having a press conference on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock Philippine time. We'll be having a very special guest. There'll be more on that announced tomorrow around lunchtime with more details. We are inviting the media, our friends in the media, to come and ask questions to our special guest and to engage and ask questions in regards to our virtual events, which are taking place starting on the 17th of January. So the timeline, I guess, in a nutshell, is tomorrow is the end of the entries for this virtual event, which will close at 11:59. On Saturday, the 16th, at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Philippine time, we will be having a press conference with a special guest, followed by announcing our start lists and previews to our virtual 5,000 meter event through Pinoyathletics and Talking Chinoy, with our sponsor Massive Sports also in tow. Then the submission of videos and Strava times would be between the 17th and the 24th. After the press conference on the 16th, we will allow the public to take guesses at what they feel the winning times will be for the men and the women, and whoever gets the closest wins a singlet from our sponsor Massive Sports. Yeah. Okay, special shout out from Coach Nino Mariag of Hoka Sports. Thank you for tuning in. Yep. So anyway, I've covered all 5 points I need to cover, and my live cast is over in 12 minutes, which must be some kind of record here. Okay, so special shout out again to everybody who tuned in tonight. Ronnie Tamayo, Alban Talisic, Coach York Tamayo, Coach John Philip Duenas, Danica Bailon, and Coach Ninoy Marag. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask. And for anybody who missed this broadcast, they can tune into it through Pinoyathletics page as this is recording, and it will be up for viewing later. By the way, our press conference will be announcing the details tomorrow around lunchtime, and that will be broadcast through Zoom. Okay, so I guess that's all. As we do not have any questions, we'll be now closing the live cast. And if there's any questions on the site, feel free to ask. We'll be answering them best we can. Thanks and good night.